Good day, everybody. Hope everyone is having an amazing day on YouTube, on Clubhouse, as well as on Wisdom. We will get started shortly. If you know anyone that needs to be in here, please share it on YouTube, please share it on Wisdom, and please ping them in on Clubhouse. Give us a moment and we'll get started. I pray all is well. Good day, good day, good day. So how was everyone's Tuesday? I know I didn't have a room, and that was intentional, but not intentional. It was God intentional. Let's put it that way. Yesterday, what was yesterday? We had our huge day yesterday. We worked from last Friday. I told you guys what was happening on Monday. I got the word on Saturday that Tuesday was going to be huge. I don't know how many people received their blessing, received their word, received their instructions on yesterday. How many of you received exactly what you needed? We have the cards still available, the Chariots of Fire card. Trust me, those cards came in handy. We're actually going to do that as soon as more people get in. We're going to do our briefing, and we're going to change the guards with our angels. For those of you who, it says my internet is offline. Let me know if you can hear me on, what's it called? On Clubhouse. Hold on one second, you guys. That's interesting. Natalie, can you hear me? Can you drop a 1 in the chat if you can hear me? I'm not sure if you can hear me. It says I'm offline. Hold on, you guys. Clubhouse is tripping. Let's try this again. So I hopped out and hopped back in. We'll see if that works. But for those of you who are here on YouTube and on Wisdom, how was yesterday? Did you get what you were expecting? Did you receive anything? How was changing the guards as often as you could? If you got the card, if you didn't get the card, did you still dispatch your angels? I told you that God released chariots of fire, angels, okay, who come down ready for war. Angels who come down ready for battle. Angels who come down specifically on our behalf to fight. Angels who came down on Sunday specifically to fight on our behalf. How many of you were able to, one, get the cards so that you knew how to debrief, brief, all the instructions on how to dispatch your angels the correct way? Because we're going to do that in a minute. We're going to do that. We're going to take some time to change guards of our angels. We're not done. They didn't just come for one day. They came on Sunday for the community, and they're still here. How many of you actually did that all day yesterday? Changed your guards? How many of you literally called your angels, gave them all of that? How many of you? Because I need you guys to understand that when God releases your assistants, they don't just come and help. They come to help according to what you say. Remember what I said? That they hearken unto the word of the Lord, they hearken unto your voice. So when I told you that chariots of fire, angels of with chariots of fire were dismissed, right? Dispatched, sent on our behalf. How many of you literally sat down and dispatched them all day, throughout the day? How many? Because that's a telltale sign. They're not just going to come down and do your bidding without you partaking. They're not just going to come down and boom, take care of you without you saying. That's why many of your angels are unemployed. So I see someone on Clubhouse said, my Clubhouse is tripping today. It's cool. Someone on Clubhouse said that they dispatched their angels. Anybody else? Anyone on YouTube dispatched their angels all day yesterday? Anybody on Wisdom dispatch your angels? We're going to do that in a minute. The card is still available. It's a 3-part card. And this card gives you step-by-step instructions on how to engage, how to dispatch, what to say with your angels. It's not light and fluffy either. It's real intense. They are militant. They are military. Look at your military. Look at if you're American or from the across the waters. Look at how militant your military is. They need specific orders. My dad was military, so trust me, I know. They are very disciplined. When they came out of heaven, how I saw them coming down, they were in a stream, one behind the other, kind of like the Asians, how in sync they are with their legs and how they walk. That is how the angels are. Good. Someone else said, yep. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull out our cards. If you are in need of a card, please email executive.assistant@somaliabrown.com and type in, I would like the Chariots of Fire resource card. Or if you're following me on Instagram, you can always reach out to me on Instagram and say that you need these cards, and we'll go from there. This is an emergency. God does not deploy his chariots of fire for no reason, and he doesn't deploy them all the time. You think I'm not taking advantage of the fact that I have a military, a host of army angels on my behalf? I even broke down some of the names. I even gave you some names to call God so that you know if you don't have time to dispatch your angels, you know that you can just call this name and it's the same thing. So if you have your card, I want you to pull them out. If you have your card, I want you to pull them out. We're going to change guards. I don't know when the last time you changed guard, but I changed guard in the middle of the night when I woke up in the middle of the night. When I stirred, I changed guards. I changed guard every 3 hours. And then I stopped changing and I started just deploying more. Like, you know what? You stay. I need another 10,000 to just go handle what they were handling because they're getting tired. You see what I'm saying? I gave you real time instructions, directions on how to dispatch your angels and how to guarantee that they handle what's needed. Do you know what you even need done? That's another question. They come to destroy. They come to annihilate. They come for war. They come for battle. This is not no, oh, go help my daughter. No, this is go remove my daughter from this man's hands. Go uproot the spirit of addiction from my son. This is destruction that they are called to do. This is to remove things that you've been struggling with, spells. You see what I'm saying? This is a whole nother level. I hope you guys are hearing me and I hope you guys are taking advantage. Okay. So if you have your cards, I'm going to turn up the music and you're going to change the guards. We are going to change guards right now. It doesn't even take long. It takes about 2 minutes, if that. So if you have your cards, just drop a 1 in the chat. If you have your cards ready and handy, drop a 1 in the chat. And then I'm going to set the timer for like 3 minutes. If that, maybe 2. And we're going to dispatch. Thank you, thank you, thank you. and we're going to dispatch and change guards. All right. So timer is set. Go. All right. We'll see how long we're on here. And if we need to do it again, I'm telling you, I don't just dispatch them and exchange them. Sometimes I just add more. You just go with what you need. So, let's see. Let's go into our day today. Let me pull up my notes real quick. So, everything is working out for your good. I don't care what you're looking at. I don't care what you're seeing. I promise you, everything is working out for your good. But you got to think like that. Okay? You got to expect it to work out for your good. You've got to accept that sometimes bad things happen, and we say it's bad things, but it's really not. It's things that happen because you didn't listen, or you didn't hear God clearly, or you chose to just ignore him. So now things are hitting the roof. I really want everyone to just, whatever's plaguing you this moment, this second, right now, whether it's finances, scarcity, lack, relationship issues, heart issues, what's plaguing you right now? What's heavy on you right now? I want you to turn around and go back 6 months on that one thing. So let's say singlehood. You are single and you want to be married so bad, right? Let's go back 6 months. If God has given you a set of instructions from January to this month, June, drop a 1 in the chat, please. Not whatever issue it is you are having right now, whatever your mind, I'm just using an example of singlehood. If God has given you instructions from January to June, drop a 1 in the chat, because I know he has. He's given you instructions. He's spoken to you regarding that situation. That he has. The follow-up question is, how many of you did it quickly? Quick obedience. How many of you did he have to say it multiple times? How many of you did, I'm giving you something right now. How many of you did God have to remind you, hey, don't forget to do this? In the area that you're fussing, complaining, and murmuring about. See where I'm going? God doesn't want us in the situation we want. God wants to bless you more than you want what you want. I promise you. If you can ever grasp that, He wants to bless you. He wants to give to you more than you want what you want. The problem is flesh gets in the way. The polarity of what you want to do good, what you end up doing is bad, or what you end up doing is nothing. Are you following me? This situation in your face right now has been there since January. Has it increased? Has it gotten better? Has it gotten worse? You do the pulse check. And if it's increased, what did you do to increase it? As in for better. If it's the same, what have you done to keep it the same? If it's worse, what have you done to make it worse? You've always got to look in the mirror. Should have made myself a mirror coach, literally, because I will always forever put the mirror in your face. Mirror checks all day long. If it increased, what'd you do? Are you still doing that? If it got better with that increase, are you still doing the things that got you there? Or now that you are in a better place, you don't pray about it, you don't cover it, you don't do anything. If it's gotten worse, have you not realized that your lack of movement, lack of obedience, lack of doing anything has made it worse? You see where I'm going? The thing you're staring at now didn't start today. It didn't start 6 months ago. It probably started years ago. In fact, it probably started in childhood. You're just seeing the symptoms right now. You are just seeing the symptoms. And the reason why it hurts more now is because God has been knocking lightly, ever so lightly, for months, for years, saying, can we get this done already? Can we handle this already? So we can move on, so I can give you what you want. I always say people want it. They want wealth, they want marriage, they want motherhood, they want increase, they want promotion, they want to go from employee to management. Well, when they get it, what is the first thing most people do? It don't take all that. Oh my God, this is too much. I should have stayed where I was. 1% of people that I've met in my coaching practice, 1%, when they get a promotion, they're like, man, I'm super excited for all this extra work. Anomalies, unicorns. 1%. The only thing they're excited for is the pay increase. But when they realize what comes with the pay increase, they start fussing. What did you expect? Many people want anointings. Many people want mantles. Many people want power. But when they get the power, they fuss. When they get the anointing, and now you got to wake up at 2, and then he wakes you up at 3, and then he wakes you up at 4. Then you've got people ringing you off the hook. You got people in social media reaching out to you. Now you're fussing and complaining. When it comes to a sacrifice of that anointing, when you have to be the sacrifice for that anointing, when you have to be the sacrifice for your marriage, when you have to be the sacrifice for your wealth, that's when it gets real. But we always want it. I'm trying to help you shift right here, because I told you June is your best month ever, best day ever. June's justice is yours, which means everything that is promised to you is coming in June. And I can raise both my hands. It is only the 7th, and I have received much, tangible and intangible. The things that I've received this month, I've been waiting on for years. Years, you guys. I've been praying for years, 10, 15 years. The things that are transpiring. But the crazy thing is they don't look good until I step back and allow God, and I surrender, which means in Hebrew, surrender means stop resisting, and I see what it's doing. I told you this month is death and rebirth simultaneously. Do you guys understand that? Something has to die for something to be born. The death process, you have to grieve. I have had something, it was 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago, something was presented to me, and I had to die to that. And I had to mourn for 2 weeks. I was in mourning. Oh, you don't skip the mourning process just because God says I'm going to kill something and rebirth something all in one breath, in 1 month, in 1 week. Oh, no, you still got to go through the death process. You still got to go through the grieving process, and then watch something birth beautiful out of it. I told you it's kind of like a plant or a leaf or something along that way a stem where one of it's dead, but you see a little one sprouting right behind it on the same leaf. Like, oh, wow, that one died, but look at this one. It's coming. I just got to wait a little longer to be able to, whatever it may be, pick the harvest. I'm now seeing the rebirth right now. I'm in the middle of the rebirth and it's still painful, but you can smile in it. See, that's a shift perspective. That's what I do. I help you paradigm shift. I help you look at what is happening, stare it in the face, and say, where's the good in this? How have I grown in this? How have I elevated in this? Have I looked in the mirror to check myself, or am I still constantly, if it's marriage, checking my husband, checking my wife? Where did I play a part in this so I can fix myself as you're elevating me? What did I contribute to the downfall of my marriage, the downfall of my job, the downfall of my business? It's not always about the other person. When you do pray, when I teach my clients how to pray, oh, you're up in there too. Don't you ever pray, humble my spouse, but you don't add yourself in there. No, we don't do that. Because what we want to do is elevate simultaneously, go through cycles and patterns together. Whether it's me going through it, but he's pending on it, whether it's him going through it, but I'm pendant on him. So you never just pray one-sided. And that's what you've been taught. Pray for your spouse, pray for your spouse. But when you pray for your spouse, when you pray for wealth, are you praying the polarity of it? When wealth comes, it's going to expose who I really am. Well, God, who am I? What's in me right now that when my wealth comes will make me lose it? See, we don't think of those prayers. That's the polarity. Because you've seen many people get rich. You've seen many people fall into inheritance, and then 2 years later they're broke. You've seen celebrities rise and fall. Why? Do you not ever ask, how are celebrities going bankrupt? Well, besides crazy, what's the word, Holy Spirit? Crazy and contracts that aren't in their favor and they don't have the right representation, besides the natural, it's because internally and spiritually they're mentally not ready. Why do people who win the lottery always end up more broke than before and in more debt? Because your mindset, your psyche is set to a certain level and a certain frequency of whatever it is you know. So if you're impoverished, if you are lower level thinker, if you operate in low vibrations, which is anger and frustration and irritation and bitterness, instead of love, joy, and peace, which is the fruits of the spirit, but you're operating in the fruits of the enemy, what do you think's going to happen when your wealth appears, when your spouse appears? Whatever fruit you're operating in is what's going to happen. Someone once told me, and I'm going to give this one to you guys. I tell my coaching clients this. You only have two things you can lay your marriage in the hands of. That is the fruits of the spirit of the enemy, which is kill, steal, destroy, destruction, chaos, or the fruits of the spirit of God, love, peace, gentleness, kindness. Which one is yours? Which one is yours? And that can be, now that I'm older, that can be across the board. Your marriage, your business, which one is it in the hands of? Are you quick to lie? Oh, I can just lie. Or I can just cover it. Are you quick to fall into deceit? Those are your fruit. You know it by its fruit. What is your knee-jerk reaction? The reason why lottery winners lose is because their mindset is still lack. They're still thinking it's going to go away. So whatever you think, you create. So they lose it because they think they're going to lose it. They don't know any better to think, I'm going to multiply this. I'm going to make this a legacy. No, they're thinking, I'm going to lose it. Let me get everything I've never had so I don't lose it. So they have all these tangible things, but now they don't have the money. And that's marriage. I want to be a wife. I want to be a husband. But you say I do, but you're still thinking single. You're still selfish. You're still in a place where you're trauma filled. Now you just added someone to that space. And they trigger you all day long. And because you don't know what triggering in a marriage can do for you, you sabotage it. And you argue. And you fuss instead of allowing the triggers do what they're supposed to. This is a month that your blessings are here. Are you ready? I'm harping on this for a reason. I spoke on this 3 days ago, 2 days ago. I don't remember. Your blessings are here. Stop saying they're coming, because whatever you say, it is. Remember, I told you I'd be like, oh God, by the end of the month, I'm going to make 10K. By the end of the month, this is going to happen. By the end of the month. And I'll be like, wait a minute. Why do you always give me stuff at the end of the month? He goes, because you asked for it at the end of the month. Oh, well, then no, I want it today. Stop saying it's coming and say it's here. My blessing came today. Past tense, it came today. Your mind doesn't know any better. So with all of that, then my blessings are here. They're here. But are you ready for them? What if someone just dropped 50K in your account? What would you do? Because if your first response is pay off bills, that's wrong. That is wrong. That is lack. That is scarcity. If a man or a woman came and proposed to you today, are you ready to give up your solitude? Are you ready to be a sacrifice? Are you ready to share every waking moment with someone? If you got the dream job that you wanted, are you ready to step into that person? Is your skin right if you want to be an influencer? I went through all of this. The lady with the Nike thing the other day. I don't know why he's circling it back around, but he's circling back around for a reason, because we ask for so many things. But you know how many times our blessings pass us by because we're not ready? We're not at the right place. We're not at the right timing. Our mindset is not right. We don't even see it. It passes right on by. And many of you who are from the church understand, you sow into words, you sow into prophecies, you sow into when the pastor's preaching good, but you don't name it. So when it comes back, you don't even know it's yours, and it passes you right on by because you ain't put a name on it. I'm telling you, your blessings have come to you multiple times, but it comes in a form of that you don't. What I am going through right now that I had to grieve is a blessing. And most people would have missed it, because it did not look like a blessing until this week. It's been 3 weeks. I mourned for 2 weeks and still mourning because it's still happening. But I see the birthing. I see the kicks. I see the belly slowly increasing. I see the body slowly changing as you get pregnant. Because when you first get pregnant, women, and it's 1 month, 2 months, and unless your belly pops out, unless it's the second baby, because the space is already stretched. First baby, you're like, I'm 3 months. They're like, where? Most people. But you are. Your blessing is here. I cannot stress it enough. But are you ready? Are you ready to handle a man that is broken? If you are a healer, you're going to draw a man that's broken. If you're a healer and you're a man, you're going to draw broken women. Why? Because that is your job, to heal them. And if you're a broken man or woman, then your husband or wife will absolutely be broken. And it is your job to heal them. But are you ready to see them spiral first and then go up? Can you do that? Or are you willing to run at the first sight of, oh my God, this is too much? See, we don't understand what we ask for until we get it. I'm a disruptor. I'm a defender of humanity, where I go before you and I come back and let you know what it's like. Many men and women don't even know who they are to be a wife or a husband. What do I mean by that? Do you know who you draw? Do you know if you draw broken people? Do you know if you draw triggered people? Do you know if you draw someone who is already know who they are, and now you've got to learn to handle them in their space of already knowing who they are? There's many different places in a marriage. I know for me, I'm a woman, I'm a builder. I build men. I'm a builder of men. I make kings. I birth kings. My own kings that I birth, my boys, my husband, I pull out the king in him. And men that I draw in the community, I birth kings. I pull up and out so that they can literally see, wow, this is who my power, my authority. my divineness. That's who I am. So that means I draw a lot of men who don't know who they really are. That means I draw men who have a glimpse, but they don't know how to reach that. They don't know how to be that. Which means my husband was that. You see what I'm saying? Your blessing, there's always going to be twofold to a blessing, but it's here. Your blessing is here. What have you been asking for? Are you looking for it? Are you the type that, let's say you order on Amazon, and let's say Amazon used any of the mail carriers, UPS, USPS, DHL, FedEx, and you didn't look to see, someone said, hey, I sent you something, but they don't know the carrier. Are you one that's just going to be like, well, I'm just going to expect someone to come and drop off my package? Or is the FedEx driver going to drive by because he can't find your house and you're not going to assume it's FedEx because you're assuming it's UPS? Which one are you? Do you assume you already know what your package is coming in? Because you can miss it by the package. It's got to be signed for, and you know your FedEx comes around 1, so you assume it's FedEx. So you stay for FedEx, but you leave when it's UPS and you miss your package. Are you following me? God will deliver your package in any way, shape, or form he pleases. And the reason why many of you miss your packages is because you think you know what it's coming from. You think you know exactly in what package it will be delivered. And that's the problem. So I just wanted to come on here today. Anybody have any comments? Anybody want to add anything? The floor is always open. You can raise your hand. You can come up on Clubhouse. You can come up on Wisdom. You can drop some comments in the YouTube chat. But I just want you guys to understand that your blessings are here. It is June 9th. How many of you have seen your blessings? And many of you, I had to kind of help you understand it's not just blessings of tangible things. Gabriel was able to spend time with his 3-month-old that he hasn't seen in 3 months. That's huge. We've had many of blessings happening. More love in marriages, more joy, more peace. Yes, we've had the tangible of more money just randomly popping up in people's accounts. But open your eyes every day. Expect God. I said, God is going to make your heart smile today, every day in June. God is going to make every day in June the best day. Are you expecting that? Or are you expecting the worst? Are you expecting God to do something? Or are you just waking up and walking through your life in a mundane way? Because I know every morning I'm expecting him to do something. And with these angels, these chariots of fire angels that are militant and military, oh, I'm dispatching them to destroy everything that has ever hindered anything in my life. Go now. Over and over. So if you, again, do not have your your chariots of fire angel card, where I show you how step by step how to maneuver, how to dispatch them, what to do in the interim when you call them back, what to do, to how to speak to them, you need this card. Okay, so you said good morning. I was trying to message you, not sure how. I'm at work until 8 a.m. PST. Can you call or email me? Or yes, I can have my assistant email you her email address. I'm going to put it down here if you want to email her as well. It's executive.assistant@somaliabrown.com. Or are you, let me see if you're on are you on Instagram? Let me check real quick. Because if you're on Instagram, you're welcome. Yes, definitely email her. Let me see if you have your Instagram. No, you're not. Are you on Instagram or any other platform? That way we can definitely reach out. And then someone, Harisha, hey, said, listen, you 2 days ahead. It's June 7th. Something good is happening extra on June. Oh, girl. Am I really? Oh, wow. I really am 2 days ahead. Yes, indeed. June 9th. Okay, well, let's look forward to June 9th then. Girl. Okay. No problem. Not a problem. Let me see if I can. Are you interested in? Well, let me do this. Let me drop the links that I have. That way you can look into see what you need. Um, I'm going to post my link to join my community so that you can get on the list. And then that way you have all the information that you need. If you are interested in the card, let me see if I have that link handy. That's not where I wanted that. I'm sorry, I put that in the wrong place. Hold on. But that is the link to join my email community. But thank you for letting me know, Hoisha. I had no clue that I was 2 days ahead. I'm telling you, time has sped up for me, has completely sped up for me to where I don't even know what's up, what's down, what's left, what's right. Yes, ma'am. So I appreciate that. That's what we do. We keep each other accountable in our community. So hey, anybody else have anything they want to add? So click that link so you can join the email community. We can get your email address, and then I'm trying to see if I can find the link if you wanted to get the card to dispatch your angels. Here we go. So I'm going to post it for anyone who wants it. If you are interested in getting the cards, go ahead and in the part where it says name the card, I want you to name it Chariots of Fire. Okay. It's Chariots of Fire resource card. And then we will send it to you as soon as possible. That's our goal, to get it out ASAP, because you guys need it ASAP. Okay. Here we go. So here's the link. So if you already got the link up above, hold on. So if you already clicked on the link, get my best updates delivered to your inbox, go ahead and click it, and then it's going to send you to just sign up and put your email in. Once you put your email in, you are now part of the email community, exclusive email community, and you will get all information that you need. Here is the link to purchase the cards. Let me go ahead and put it on YouTube as well. If anybody's on YouTube, let me see if I can do that real quick. This way you can have the cards, and the cards, I'm telling you, they are detailed enough to walk you through what to and how to dispatch your angels. Nothing happens, do I? Click, let me see. Yeah, when you click it, it says get my best updates delivered to your inbox, first name, email address. That's the first link. The second link, click that and see. It should send you to a checkout. Let me know if you still need help. Okay, so yes, you guys, your blessing is here. Remember, your blessing is here. Dispatch your angels and do your script writing. Speak, do the decrees. If you guys got the decrees, what were the decrees for this month? I can't even remember off the top of my head. But you need to speak in present tense, write in present or past tense. Okay. All right. No problem. And then you can always email executive.assistant@smallerbrown if you need more help, and we'll assist you. Absolutely. Speak in present tense. It's here. Today, my blessing arrived. Today, my blessing surprised me. God surprised me today. I said that on June 1st. God surprised me today. I said on June 1st, God is going to bless me. God's going to make my heart smile. All of these things are powerful affirmations that allows what God wants to give you on a day-to-day basis. Don't do it just for June. This should be a staple in your life. God bless me today. God allowed me to X, Y, and Z today. God opened up this door today. First thing in the morning, just wake up and say a whole bunch of those phrases of what you want. God gave me keys today, and look for them. You're giving him permission. See, that's one thing many of us don't understand, that you have to give God permission to move. Because he does not go past your free will. He will not. So you have to give him permission to move. You have to give him permission to move and do what he wants to, which is why many of us are like, but God said this and God said that, but nothing's happened. Nothing's happened because you haven't given him the permission to do it. So, anybody else have anything that they want to add? Raise your level of expectation, please. Raise your level of expectation. Do not sit there twiddling your thumbs, waiting for God to bless you when He's waiting on you to be at a certain place at a certain time. Small steps, small acts of obedience, especially right now with looking in the mirror, especially right now with reflecting. Month is a month to June is a month to reflect. June is also I'm doing a webinar for the men on here and for women connected to their men. What does that mean? This is a month of new love. You could be married, God will still give you new love in your marriage. You could be separated, God can still give you new love, or you can be single. But this is divine union, okay? This webinar is basically, how do I say this? So the men are being called to be the men of God, period. It is time to get on your post, men. And it's no longer time out. You no longer have a pass. If you are not walking in your God given divinity, God given authority, I'm talking to you. If you are a woman and you have a man next to you and you know he ain't walking in his full potential, I'm talking to you. If you are single, but you know who your husband is and he's nowhere near his God given potential, I'm talking to you. Okay? This is an ordained time for many to come together. It's been the year of the bride since last year. It's also the year of the groom. But God is calling our men higher, and men know it. It's time to take back the legal right and authority that you gave the enemy. It's time to hit the reset button on our men. Okay? We are shifting. And the men, I'm talking to you now, all men under the sound of my voice. You are shifting, and God needs you to surrender, which means stop resisting the deep transformation. He needs you to stop resisting the deep transformation that he's been trying to do. Our angels have been dispatched and are all working overtime in divine intervention. Many of you are losing things. You're going to lose things. He's about to strip you. He's about to strip every man, and my husband's going through it right now. He is stripping all men from your false idols, from the curated you that your mom made, that your dad made, that your teacher made, your coach made, but it's not really you. Cycles and patterns that you keep going through over and over and you don't know how to break it. I need you guys to start slowing down and paying attention. That's why things are being removed, not just for nothing. Jobs, wives, girlfriends, one you just knew was going to be forever, kids, money. He's removing your comfort. Because he's been calling men for at least 5 years and y'all wouldn't listen. You wouldn't stop. Oh, okay, God. Oh, okay, God. Some are like, oh, God, give me 4 more years. I'm not ready to put down my player hat. Oh, give me 4 more years and I'll be the pastor you call me to do. Nah, no more. God is divinely intervening in all men he has called and chosen. So if you are a woman and you're connected to a man like this, that is your divine union, divine love, divine soulmate from God, I'm talking to you. I will be doing a webinar. He has given me steps. He's given me instructions. He's given me, because I'm walking through it right now. I've been married 14 years, and right now, my husband is going through his transformation. He's coming out of the chrysalis. He's becoming a butterfly, literally right now. I'm walking it out. So when I finish, I will have the instructions, the steps on how to do it, because I'm in the middle of it right now. And women, my advice to you, because you need to be on there, because your sons, your nephews, everyone needs to be a part of this webinar. We all need to, because our angels are working to help our men. And I need you to understand that the first thing you got to do is let go of the old them, not expect the old them to show up. And that's hard for many people because they've shown themselves. It's habitual. It's things that they always do. And you're just like, but he's already proven that's who he is. Okay. And you say God can do all things, right? So you got to expect him to be different. That means your talk got to change. I'm going to show you how to do this. It's probably going to be a 2-part webinar. It might be a class and then a prayer. But when I tell you this month, I don't know when it's going to be, but it's going to be this month. It will be this month. If you are interested, if I am talking to you, men first, I need you to email executive.assistant@smollybrown.com and say, I am ready to surrender. God is calling all men that he has chosen and hand selected. If what I just said pricked you, touched you, and you are a man, I need you to email executive.assistant@smollybrown.com right now. Do not delay. Don't say, oh, I'll do it later. Right now and say, I am ready to surrender. And what we're going to do is we're going to put together a list, and then she's going to email everybody all the information. I'm not going to post it publicly. This is your job. You got to say, I'm ready. I'm going to feed it to you, but you got to say, I want this. You got to say, I'm ready to surrender. You got to reach out. And then we're going to do a webinar, and it's going to be a private webinar. It's not going to be public. And I'm going to teach you. All you need is one shot. I have been placed in your life to help facilitate this. I am part of the earth angels that have been put in your life right now. I'm talking to the men right now to help you and to divinely intervene with you self-destruction, sabotaging yourself more and more because you're more connected to the world than you are God. And it's not going to take long. That's why it's only going to take one. Maybe a couple of you may need another session after that, but I'm going to do this collectively. And if you need more, then that's fine. But collectively, I'm going to do this for the men. Because the minute a man says, I'm ready, he's taking off anyway. You just need that push. You just need that help. So if I'm talking to you and you are a male, I need you to email executive.assistant right now and say, I'm ready to surrender. We're going to put a list together. And when the information comes out, I will send it. Well, she will send it to those who reach out only. Women, if you are interested, if you have a loved one, if you have a husband that is just stagnant, especially stagnation, stuck in a rut, if you have a man in your life that you know he has a calling and he's nowhere near it, partially there, halfway there, but there's just a block, I need you to email and say, I am ready to intervene with God's help. I am ready to intervene with God's help. Executive.assistant@smollybrown.com. We will do a webinar, a private webinar. And what this is going to do is it's going to help catapult our men. We need you. We need you to be the king. We need you to be the prophet. We need you to be the priest. It's time out for letting women lead the home. Yes, it's okay if it happens from time to time, but women are doing too much. This is why our women are getting sick. And I'm talking about brown and black people getting sick more than we should, because we are carrying the load that we are not supposed to. Our body is not fit to carry the load of a sole provider. Our body is not fit to carry the load of a single mother, but we are, because we're doing what we got to do. But that is not our role. And our bodies are not holding up because we are stepping into a masculine male role and we're not supposed to. Now, help is one thing, but sole proprietor, the only one doing it, no. We need you. And God has opened up a portal to accelerate the men around us, to accelerate the men to rise up and be the king and the priest and the prophet. You're about to go through a stripping and you need help. You're about to go through an exposing season, not like God's about to expose you on a platform, but God is about to strip and expose you to yourself. And I'm one of the earth angels that have been assigned to help intervene. If any of you have been on any of my webinars, you know I teach first so that you have a full understanding of what it is I'm going to do and release. And then we usually do a prayer, and then you get information on how to continue this. I don't open up wounds and not close them. That'll be very negligent of myself. I know what I'm supposed to do and I know who I'm called to, but I'm not going to call you out and I'm not going to come for you. You got to know yourself. But I'm talking to men first and women, because you might be connected to a man. You are connected to a man, your father, your son, your husband, your brother. You're definitely connected to a man. You need to know how to intervene God's way, because too many of you intervene Jezebel's way. You manipulate, you deceitful, you plant things. That's not God. God's way of intervening is God's way of intervening. You follow the Holy Spirit. You follow his steps and nobody else's. So Victoria said, I had this thought last night, but I said, God, if I went through this being a single mom, etc., for the next generation, show me how to use it. Amen. Amen. So if you are ready, if you are interested, I'm talking to all the men on here. I get a lot of men. Let me go through it again. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 men on wisdom out of 20. And I have, if I'm seeing correctly, 2 on Clubhouse, and I'm not sure on YouTube. So if you are hearing this, then you're in the vibration, you're in the frequency, you're in the flow of God. You're not hearing this by accident. I'm gonna tell you that right now. My rooms are never an accident. You are in here for a reason. So if this has spoken to you, I know someone said, this is for me for sure. I have been in a marriage where I have been fighting spiritually for the longest, but I heard in the spirit that there is another marriage for me. I'm really listening, and it has been hard to leave the present. Absolutely. So yes, ma'am, there is another marriage, but don't get just giving you words of wisdom. Don't get stuck on another marriage in our mindset, because God's ways are definitely different. Another marriage is in that one gotta die for the new one to come out, because that's where I'm at. The current one has to die so that the new marriage, the new him, the new you, the new love can be raised up. It's the same man, but we gotta be willing to lay down our old self and grieve it and then rise up from the ashes of that. And that's what I'm physically walking right now. So yes, ma'am, if you are interested, please email executive.assistant@smallybrown.com and let her know that you're interested. It is called Divine Men Healing. So you can put that in the subject, Divine Men Healing Webinar. If you are ready, because I'm moving quickly. Y'all know I said it's all gas, no brakes. I put my sneakers on. When I say I'm putting my sneakers on, those of you who've been with me, I'm running. So it's going to be boom, boom, boom. I'm going to set this up. We're going to do the webinar. We're going to do the teaching and probably do it all in one, in maybe 2 hours. If not, if we can't do both, it'll be the teaching that you'll get in advance. And then we'll meet together to do the steps and the prayers and the process to help you. Any questions? Any comments? Any questions? Any comments? Don't miss your opportunity. You don't want to get left. You don't want to get left. I'm telling you right now, do not, if this is pricking you, if this is speaking to you, if this is doing anything, remember, don't listen to me. Don't listen to my words. Listen to the confirmation in your spirit. Listen to how your body's receiving what I'm saying, and listen to the reinforcement. And if you know any other men that need to be on here, please give them executive.assistant@somaliabrown.com and tell them they need to sign up. Men are being called to the forefront, and you know it, you feel it. You know it and you feel it. Things are changing. And it won't take long, because once you decide, like I said, men, to step into your divinity, process is quick. It won't take long. You are being called. Every man under the sound of my voice is being called. God is divinely intervening on all men's behalf that he has called and chosen, handpicked, hand selected. You are selected. You are supposed to shift every place that God sends you. You are called to heal the people, and you're not doing that fully. Some of you are doing it, but you have way more power than what you're even seeing. We need our kings. We need our priests. We need our prophets. We need you. We need you. I'm going to say that again. We need you. You're important. For every man on here, Gabriel, you are important. Kevon, you are important. Where's his name? Matthew Burris, you are important. Dr. Robert James Goodman, you are important, and we need you. Ali, we need you. Who else? Doobie, we need you. Andrew Johnson, we need you. You are important. Dr. Ryo, we need you. Taylor Made, we need you. This is not a game. Y'all have been playing and playing. I don't know if any of y'all are athletes, but you know when a man steps on the court, basketball, football, and they don't put their all, and you be like, dude, we need you. That's how we feel as women. We need you. We're exposed without our kings. We need you guys to step it up. If you ever played a sport, you know what I'm saying. Y'all get on the court and you be like, that dude need to ride the bench, or you need to step it up now because you're lagging. You're missing plays. You're missing your passes. You're not tackling. We need you to rise up. What you doing? That's us right now. We need our men to protect us, to fight for us, to cover us, to pray for us, to help push us into our stuff. We've been doing that for you guys. When are you guys going to rise up in yourself and do the same for us? But you can't do it in your hurt. You can't do it stuck in your trauma. You can't do it in your past. And you can't do it not being a man of God and owning his divinity and his God-given authority. So I should have more than one email because I know I'm not just talking to the wind. This will probably be open for the next week or so. We'll go ahead and create a quick little link so that you guys can sign up. I'll try to do that today so you don't have to email her. We'll try to get that going. So I'll talk about it probably every day until next week, and then the webinar will be set and we'll get this thing going. Ain't no need to prolong it because we're ready. It's time. It's time to go. Time for our men to be the men that they've been called to be. Willing, come open, come ready to unlearn, to relearn. I don't see any comments. I don't see any questions. If you know this is for someone, please share it far and wide on Wisdom. Share it on Clubhouse. Share it on YouTube. If you're not following me on YouTube, it's I Am Somalia Brown on YouTube. Definitely share this. It needs to go wide. Share it with your boys. You know who needs this. Share it. Let them listen. See if it pricks them. Tell them to reach out. Tell them to add their name. Don't come alone. Bring a friend, guys. Bring a friend. The more, the better. When a man finally says, I'm ready, you accelerate, you bypass. If your wife is a prophetess, if your wife is a pastor and you say, I'm ready, you will surpass her in a month, in a day. When you say you're ready, so anything, when y'all put your mind to something, I'm going to lose weight and I'm going to get cut, you lose weight and you get cut, period. Because you have that grace as a man. So let's go. I'm calling all men. I'm challenging y'all. Let's go. Let's do what you know you're supposed to do. And women, I'm talking to you too. You got men, you got sons, you got them around you, and you know that you can invite them, or you can come in and be on their behalf as an intervention specialist on their behalf, but get the right tools so you're not operating in deceit and Jezebel and manipulation, but you're operating in God's divinely intervention with the angels. You need to know what you can do. And trust me, I have instructions on what the woman is supposed to do. I'm going through it right now. I am a pioneer. I am a forerunner. I do them first, and then I come back and get you guys. I come back and show you the pitfalls where I messed up. That's why I'm an open book. I'm okay with showing you where I messed up so you don't make the same mistake. So yours may take 2 weeks instead of my 4 weeks, because I tell you what not to do, what not to say. God told me, be love and let me do everything else. I couldn't say nothing. I couldn't rebuttal. I couldn't ask a question. All I could do was be loved. Do you know how hard that is? Simple instructions. Be love and watch me do the rest. That's not easy. When you got to grieve something and you can't ask questions, you can't do nothing until he said, okay, now you can speak. And it was imperative that I listen or I would have derailed it. I'm telling you, you guys, where we are, we've never been. So don't come acting like you know where we are. Don't come expecting. We are in a different place. But I need all the men under the sound of my voice. I am talking to you now. Hear the alarm. I am an earth angel. I am an angel that has been placed in your life to transform you deeply. But you got to choose. You got to decide. Send that email today so that we can get you on the list. Invite one or two of your buddies that you know need it, and let's go. Well, ladies, get on the list. It is the Divine Men Healing. Get on the list. Email her. I'm going to create a link, but right now, email her and we'll put you on it. And when you are on it, when we send the email out with the information, with the Zoom, private Zoom information, then you will get it first. Because I'm not doing this public. You got to want it. I can't want it for you. I can't want it more than you. As a woman for her husband, because I know that's my job. Do you know that's your job? My job is to birth my king out. My job is to birth the entrepreneur, the millionaire out of him. My job is to birth the prince out of him, the priest, the prophet. So I look forward to doing that private Zoom probably in the next week and a half, 2 weeks, because it's an urgency. It's an urgency. So try not to come alone. Try to bring someone with you, men, women, same thing. You have girlfriends, bring them. Tell them you've been waiting on your husband to manifest. There's a portal open, and I have someone that can give you the directives to intervene God's way and accelerate our men. I know how frustrating it is. We all know how frustrating it is to have someone in your life and you see them so powerful and they're just sitting there twiddling their thumbs and you're trying and they're not hearing. That's not where we are. There is a portal open. There is a moment in time that God has dispatched angels to help transform our men in particular. Be the woman in their life you're supposed to. And be the man of God that you're supposed to by surrendering and saying, okay, God, I stop running. Any questions or comments, you know how to find me. You can reach me on Instagram and send me a message. My Instagram handle is Real One Somalia. Please give me a follow. Or if you listen to the replay or send them the YouTube. It's called June's Justice, and I put men as a hashtag, so they'll know. I'll go back in it and also add that a little bit more to it, the Men's Divine Healing, so you can find it and share that with them. They can put a comment, question, and we will definitely respond. All right. I see no comments. I see no questions. Thank you guys for always joining. Thank you for allowing me to be who I am called to be. As I always say, don't listen to what I say, but listen to the confirmation that you get in your spirit. All right. You guys have an amazing rest of your day. Keep shifting with me, and we'll be back again. So this room and this live is closing in 3, 2, and 1. Have an amazing rest of your day.